Trump's power is built on oil barons, the military-industrial complex, the wealth of the predator class, a shadowy cabal of traffickers, white nationalists, and the Christian church. Support in the church is built on two dangerous and false ideas. First, that Christianity must sit on the throne of America, dominating our government, instead of keeping it a minimalistic government that is religiously neutral. Second, that Trump is the one who should defile that throne. But history screams a warning which shaped the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. When religion claims the throne, paradise doesn't follow, chaos does. Today, let's unpack why this mindset is a trap and why tolerance, not dogmatism, is the path to real freedom. The first false idea, forcing Christianity into power, isn't new. It's echoed throughout history, and it's always ended in bloodshed. Right now, some view religious liberals, agnostics, and atheists as the enemy. Get rid of them, they say. We'll have paradise on earth, is what they think. But Christianity's story? It's one war after another. Start with the beginning. Early Christians clashed with Jews over beliefs and identity. Then came the Romans, persecuting them for refusing to worship emperors. But once the Emperor Constantine converted to Christianity and made Christianity the official religion of Rome in the 4th century, that's where the real internal fights began. They occurred before, but that's when it came to scale. The first major conflict was with the Donatists versus the Catholics. The Donatists believed that church leaders who cracked under Roman persecution, those who renounced their faith to survive, should not be forgiven and allowed back into leadership. They demanded purity. Augustine, who was the famous theologian of that age, argued for forgiveness and inclusion. Ironically, that forgiveness and inclusion led to the justification for the condemnation and the state persecution of the Donatists. The people who had demanded purity became victims of that same demand for purity. Who won? The Catholics did, backed by the empire. The Donatists wiped out, almost forgotten to history. Most people today haven't even heard of them. And as they say, those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat its mistakes. Catholicism became the official version of Christianity, enforced by the state, and it didn't stop there. Wars erupted over Bible translations, battles over burning witches, accusing neighbors of heresy to settle scores, territorial wars. The church claimed land and power, leading to crusades and inquisitions. For kings and emperors, the motivation was often power, resources, territorial domination. But for the person on the street, it was often religious devotion.
That was a long time ago, Mr. Acton. I had a vision then. A great nation. Prosperous, God-fearing, good laws.
And their religious convictions. But denominations splintered endlessly, Catholics versus Protestants, Lutherans versus Calvinists, and on and on. Non-stop conflict, all because beliefs clashed and power was at stake. When religion merges with government, it's not unity, it's division. History shows that even if you can get rid of all the non-believers, conflicts will simply turn inwards. Our founding fathers saw this nightmare unfolding in Europe, and they said, we need religious freedom, but we don't need religious wars. So they built America on a radical idea, a government that establishes freedom without establishing one particular religion. It was neutral ground for all. The USA became an example to the whole world. People saw that that was the better path, and that inspired this idea of tolerance to become dominant in the whole world. Now that lesson was forgotten, has been forgotten and relearned many times. Today, many have forgotten those lessons, and they forgot why those things were written into the Constitution, why it was written into the Declaration of Independence. But here's where the second false idea kicks in. Trump as the defiler of that throne. Supporters see him as a strong man to restore Christian dominance. Yet history shows that crowning any one faith or any one person to wield it just reignites that cycle of conflict. At its core, this is dogmatism versus tolerance. Both sides have dangers. Tolerance asks, where do we draw the lines? Some get frustrated, feeling like we're tolerating too much diversity, too much freedom. Some become frustrated because they're a man that wants to marry a woman, and they're not just content that they can freely do that. They want to make sure that other people don't have the freedom to decide who they want to marry. Flip this to dogmatism and its endless wars. Belief become weapons. In the name of dogmatism, some will even laugh when a father murders his daughter for honor or straying from the faith, straying from what they believe. They prioritize doctrines over human lives. Even if that life is someone's child, it's chilling. Beliefs trump humanity. So why do these ideas fuel support for Trump? Because these false ideas promise control and power in a chaotic world. The people who enjoy freedom are not content to just have that freedom for themselves. They want to take away that freedom from other people, and they want to turn their freedom into a weapon of domination towards other people. As a result, this delivers conflict and it delivers division. America has thrived on neutrality, a throne left empty for all. Both sides have difficulties, but history shows tolerance is better than dogmatism. History demands it, and our future depends on it.